Now, whenever you start digging and stuff, you might come to the determination that you might want to change your mind and decide something else. But so far, I've gotten more water out of there. I dug around there with my putting knife. Oh man, and I could not find this yet. And see how it swivels like that? It tells me I'm fairly close probably to the main drip irrigation line. But as I was feeling around here, I couldn't find the end right in here. But yet I found all this stuff. Look, I pulled all this stuff out right in this area, leading me to think there could have possibly been another bush here, and maybe before this one grew so big and beautiful, there was another bush here and there was one over here, and this one could have died out, and maybe this line went to this bush here, or maybe it didn't. Maybe that line is still down in there. I'm going to do some more probing in there to see, because I know for a fact that the landscaper did chop this off. It wouldn't be cut off at an angle like that. You see what I mean? And it might have still gone over that way. So I'm going to keep checking. But let's just say if there was a bush here, and if that got chopped off, and if I can't find that end, what does that tell me? Well, that tells me maybe the drip bubbler was only on there about to here, and when they chopped it off, it could have flew anywhere. The end of it could have flown anywhere. It could be in here somewhere. Who knows? You see what I mean? If it was for a plant that was here instead of the drip bubbler for there. Okay, so that could be possible too, but I'm not going to give up just yet. It could be down in the dirt, in the mud a little bit further before they ran it up there, because lots of times you'll take a bubbler like this and I'll dig it down a little bit into the dirt, scrape the bark away or something, like if I'm adding one or to an existing plant or a new plant, and then I'll cover it back up with the bark and so forth, so you don't see it running along the top. You know what I mean? Ooh. Oh, did you hear that? There was two hummingbirds right there just a second ago. Okay, so I'm gonna get some of this water out, and I'm gonna dig a little bit further and reach my hand down in there. If I can't feel it or anything, then I've gotta make the determination that this probably is not for this bush. And yes, could I go the extra mile and try to get under there and feel around? I might do that too and see if there's a bubbler. It's going to be kind of tricky to do that, because unlike a bush like that, I can't get down to the base of that very easily, can I? But if I can find another bubbler in there, then I'll know that this was in fact for something else. If I wanted to turn the water back on again, I could bend this pipe over temporarily like that. Remember, like I was showing you, like that. I take my little wire goodie right there, tie it around that, and then turn the water back on and probe around there, or see if I can, or hear if I can hear the bubbler under this bush here, something like that. Yeah, I want to really check it out, because if I can't find a bubbler for here, then I'm going to have to make the assumption that this was for that, and in fact this could have cut it. It could have ripped the other piece that went into the bush a foot or so. It could have taken that whole piece when the gardener chopped it off, and it could have flung it out. So I'm not ready to give up just yet. I want to make sure that there's water to this bush before I make this repair. Make sense? Well, I found some interesting things underneath this bush. I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding that I was gonna do some inspecting under there. And this whole thing on this side is dry. I could tell that's dry. It's saturated over there because of the water and stuff, but I did find some interesting things here that I'm gonna have to check out further. Okay, here's this line. Here's this line here. As I started going underneath the bush, look what I found. Here's another one. And see, somebody capped this off years ago, and they put some wire across there, kind of like how I was showing you. That's how you can cap off a line if you want. And here's another line. Look at that. It's cut off, and it goes underneath the bush. So I'm gonna have to find out where that one goes. Now that one probably goes to a bubbler that's not working, and this has been chopped off from before, and it probably went down to the main, because remember when I had the water on, the only water I could see was the one that was shooting out of here. And as for this one, guess what I found underneath the bush? I don't know if I can, if I can show you. I might have to take the video camera off the tripod. Let's take the video camera off the tripod. I grab my my knee pad and I changed my pants. I put my crummy shirt on. I put my glasses on, and I had to get down and dirty under here. Okay, look what I found. Look at this line here. You see that? That's that small little line. That's the small little line. And look, it's cut at an angle. That's the small pipe. It's cut at the same angle as this. So that's what happens, you see? That came over there. Look at that. And it was chopped right at that angle. Can you believe that? Right there. So I know that goes up to here, and I did a little probing. Here's the pipe, okay, and it goes to a little standoff. See this thing here, and that goes. And funny thing is, look at that. I thought this little drip right there was connected to this pipe, but it's not. This keeps going. Oh, it goes over to here. Oh, look at that. Here's another one. See? That's how I'm gonna pull this out. Okay? That's how they would do it. Years ago, they would put it on on this little standoff thing, and then here's the pipe that was cut off. You can see it's cut off at the same angle, and they put it down there, and they attach it with this little wire, and then Theory had it. You could turn this, and I don't know if you would turn it on or off or lower it, but that was the only thing that was giving this water years ago. Well, I say the only thing. There was two of them. Remember we saw another one right here. And that could be for a defunct pipe, or it could still be connected. Look, it's the 1/8 inch pipe still, again, I can tell. And it looks like it's still connected. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. And they might have ran two of these to water this whole plant. Now mind you, this plant is way big now. Before, they probably planted it out of a 5-gallon container or a 1 gallon, and it's just gotten this big over the last 20 some odd years. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do with that one is I'm gonna dig that down to the main line. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna inspect on these other pipes where they go. There's two other pipes here that I'm not sure exactly where they're going, and I think it was capped off. One was 1/4-inch tubing, two pipes here, 1/4-inch tubing. See, that was the one that was capped off, and then here's one that's been cut off, and I don't think this goes to anything now. I think it's just disconnected, but I'm gonna check it all out and see what to do, because this line here, maybe I cut it off and put a coupling on that, and then put a new dripper up in here. And as for this one that goes down to the main, I can either take it off all the way down there, or I can do the same thing that they did with that other pipe. I could just fold that over, you know, and put a wire on there. But I have some plugs too, so I could pull this out of the main if it's not down very deep, put a plug in there if I wanted, or just tie it, you know, kind of like they did this one here. They did this one years ago, and somebody, I could tell because of the 1/4-inch tubing, that they've done different things to this plant years ago. There's two 1/4-inch tubings, and there's two 1/16 or 1/8-inch thin little tubes like this. Okay, can you tell it? Can you tell? Well, you can't see it, but the other pipe is way bigger than this. Let's get you a little sample piece I've got over here in my bag. Okay, here's some 1/4-inch tubing. I always keep the small little pieces. You see the difference of what they did years ago, that size, and now everybody uses the 1/4-inch tubing. It doesn't matter, because on the 1/4-inch tubing, you just put whatever drip bubbler you want, 1/2 gallon, 1 gallon, 2 gallon, and stuff like that. And it's this 1/4-inch tubing is way easier to work with. When you go to hardware stores, most of the time they have all their fittings and all their T's and couplings and bubblers, all the size to fit the 1/4-inch tubing, not necessarily the 1/8-inch tubing. Like, I think this is 1/8 inch. They might call it 3/16 too. Okay, so son of a gun, that's the piece that came off of there. So we know that was watering this plant. Okay, so I'm gonna inspect the 1/4-inch tubes. I've got two 1/4-inch tubings pieces there. This one that was capped off, and this one that had nothing to it. I think I'm going to find a bubbler at the end of that, and that's it. And this, I'm sure, goes right down to the main drip, and they've just used this to cap it off, and I might end up using this one. I can cut that off and then put a coupling on there, but I'm gonna dig this all up, and we'll end up making a decision. I'm glad I checked that out. You see what I mean? If you were to just cap that off, say, just gonna cap it off, nothing's gonna matter. And let's say this was the only tube that was watering this, your plant's gonna die out after a few months, depending what time of year it is. So I'm glad I'm going the extra mile for Motha.